I see dead people.
I'm gonna admit something to you guys right now. Over the past week, I've been completely consumed with the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. I've probably listened to the most rap this year since 5th grade when I got the Marshall Mathers LP, until my dad broke it. But anyway, I've been thinking, and there's some stuff in the film photography space that needs to be addressed. Stick around to the end of the video to see my spiciest takes, but here's a few people that need the smoke. Let's start with my old nemesis, Instax. And realistically, Instax is the most popular form of film photography, if you can even call it that. And to me, that's just insane. No product in photography delivers lower image quality per dollar spent. I just don't understand the appeal of it. Describing the images that come from Instax cameras in terms of image quality just feels inappropriate. To me, it's complete trash, and I've seen colored pencil drawings more detailed than Instax images. It's expensive, the format is dumb, you get a teeny tiny printout that's really not good for anything unless you're an elementary school student, in which case you can stick it to your locker or something like that. To me, Instax is just low quality toy camera stuff. It's too expensive, the image quality is too bad. Now we're gonna have a nuanced take here because the next thing on the list is these companies that repackage cinefilm. I don't really have a problem with those companies. The companies I have a problem with are the companies that act like when they've repackaged their cinefilm that they have created a completely new thing. Take a look at this description on a popular film reseller's website. I mean, you could see they're acting like they have created a completely new thing here. That's weak. They didn't make anything. Like everybody else, you just cut up Kodak's cinema film and stuck it in your own canister and made a cute little branding package for it. You know, that's an okay thing to do, but don't act like you've created something completely new. You didn't. How about just a little honesty in your advertising? But judging from these companies' history, they clearly don't know nothing about that. And then there's CineStill. Popular company, they repackage film just like we talked about. And usually to their credit, they are pretty clear about what they're doing. It's called CineStill. And obviously they're taking cinema film, repackaging it for still camera use. That's okay. Where CineStill messed up in the past year, all related back to the trademark of 800T. Apparently, CineStill had filed for trademark protection of the term 800T. It's Portra 400, Portra 160, Superior Extra 400, and then historically, film that has been tungsten balanced just had a T after it. So you would have the sensitivity, 400, and then you would have whether it was daylight balanced or tungsten balanced after that, D or T. Fuji 64T, for example, or Portra 100T, for example. Other film stocks in the past that have stuck a T on the end to denote tungsten balanced. Because of the previous thing that we just talked about, it's not all that difficult for companies out there to chop up Kodak cinema film, put it in canisters and sell it as their own. Obviously, other folks started doing what CineStill is doing. They were the first to do it, after all, at least on a broad scale. Other companies packaging their film, they're calling it cute stuff like Reflex 800T, any number of other things, and then likewise just adding 800T at the end. Unfortunately though, with CineStill holding that trademark protection, that caused a fuss. They didn't want everybody infringing on their intellectual property, the 800T that they had trademarked. You can take a look at my video. I made a video when all that stuff started happening. That video is a lot more detailed and will go way more into the weeds about the topic, but over the past year, CineStill acted like a butthole. They're still not off my crap list. Fujifilm killing their film stocks. Unfortunately, Fuji has been going Y&W melee over the past few years, and they've been killing film stocks left and right. You old heads in the comments can Google that reference. I'll be honest, the film stock that killed me the most when Fuji killed it was Pro 400H. I've honestly still not recovered from that, but it's been mostly a parade of terribles for the past few years, even since then. Just recently, I made a video about Fuji killing Superior Extra 400. That's a very painful blow for us film photographers as well, as that was one of the film stocks that most of us had easy access to, able to go pick it up from their Walmart or whatever. So, big bummer. Fuji killing film stocks left and right. It sucks. People are gonna be in the comments saying, aren't you worried that brands aren't gonna wanna partner with you if you're just throwing their stuff under the bus? No, if I was ever worried about that, I would stop making videos. I don't need this channel to make $1. In fact, at this point, I've all but stopped accepting influencer deals, creating half-baked reviews of half-baked products that I half believe in. And another thing that I think we should talk about are the cliche things that people start photographing when they get their film camera. It seems like to me, at least, as soon as people pick up a film camera, taking pictures of old stuff seems to become their whole identity. It's old cars, it's old gas stations, it's old neon signs, it's that kind of stuff. It's a very strange phenomenon. I guess I understand it. It's nostalgiaception, right? It's nostalgia on nostalgia. whatever. Again, there's nothing inherently wrong with taking pictures of any of those things. It's just a little cliche at this point. Plastic, disposable, single-use cameras. And admittedly, there is a place for those cameras on the market. I have several of them, but it seems like these days everybody and their mom, even some notable film photographers, have their very own plastic cameras. Very strange. We have enough of these, the fixed aperture plastic cameras. Instead of going for the easy cash grab, I wish one of these companies would have the guts to actually make a real camera. But unfortunately, that would take time, effort, and research, and they can't be bothered with all that. Next up, influencers. Got a couple things to say here, so bear with me. Now, I'm not directing this shot at anyone, but I think all of us could agree that the entire genre of film photography videos on YouTube, everyone could stand to be just a little more excited. Maybe I've just got TikTok brain or something like that, but I can't tell you how many of these videos that I make it to 2, 3, 4 minutes and I'm half asleep. Like these dudes have absolutely no energy. Hey, I was making a video. Unfortunately, 90% of these videos that we watch are about as exciting as watching someone balance a checkbook. I don't know, drink a 5-hour energy or a Red Bull or do a line of coke. I don't know, do something. These videos are very boring. I don't know why that seems to be endemic with film photography. Let's see some energy. Another thing, maybe it's just me, I'm getting really tired of, is clickbait videos that have no basis in reality. I can't tell you how many times that stupid, oh, this Digicam takes unlimited film photos. I can't tell you how many times that genre type of video has been on my feed. I know you guys are probably tired of it as well. That is obviously nonsense, and I made a video kind of debunking all that bullcrap. I wish that maybe we could be just a little more truthful in the videos we make and the thumbnails we use. I understand. We're all out here trying to make interesting videos. I'm trying to capitalize on the rap beef of the last week to make an entertaining video for you guys. I get it. But if we could be just a little more truthful in our thumbnails and our titles, I think maybe that would bode well for all of us. Another popular video that I made over the last year was a video where I took some shots at Peter McKinnon. So the whole premise of that video was Peter McKinnon, film photography, brochacho, decided he was going to start shooting film photography, and I talked about some of the negatives that I thought that would bring to the hobby. Anyway, thought the video was pretty cool, and if you're interested in that, you can check it out. Another thing that I absolutely think sucks, and street photography. Got a lot of stuff to say about street photography. I have a video already made in the can about that. You've not seen it yet though. But I think there are quite a few critiques of street photography that are actually worth talking about. I think most of the time street photography is not done properly. Lots of times folks stand back with long lenses and take creep shots at that, or they take an ultra wide lens and they get up in everybody's face. Very few people do street photography, I think, ethically, but got a lot more to say about that. We'll talk about it in a future video. All right, so everybody buckle up. We're about to take the gloves off because this is probably gonna be one of my most spicy takes. And I'm gonna get on some people here. To every one of you sons of bitches in the comments who critique the way that I say Nikon or Leica. Plainly, I'm from a part of the world where we have a little different dialect. And believe it or not, I can pronounce the word Nikon. It isn't any harder. But that's not the way we say things where I live. Everybody on YouTube doesn't have to sound like they walked out of downtown LA. You can catch me on the street out taking pictures or giving the closing argument in my death penalty case, and I'm gonna be talking about like this. This is how I talk. And let me take a moment to point this out for the record. It would be extremely disrespectful to go into any other part of the world and try to tell people how to pronounce things. But for folks with a Southern accent, and specifically folks from Appalachia, it seems like that's a cool critique you're able to make. So maybe sit on that one for just a second. But if you've got a problem with the way that I pronounce words, I've got 2 words for you. The next thing, and I'm plainly still on one here, but folks who make every single thing political. Can't tell you how many comments I've deleted on my channel. I don't want these stupid political arguments happening in my comments. But the folks, you know these folks, that make everything political. Like, for example, dude, I love the planet. I think Earth, pretty cool place. Like it, want to be here, want it to continue to exist, right? That should be a nonpartisan thing. We should all be able to agree, planet, pretty cool. Very pro-Earth continuing to exist, okay? But anytime that I'm very pro-Earth continuing to exist. But anytime I make a comment vaguely along those lines of saving the planet, saving the polar bears, made a lot of jokes about that. It never fails that Mr. Sunglasses chimes into the comments saying, oh, Joe Biden's bad. I may not be the smartest guy in the world, but you can do 5 minutes of research and go to those guys' profile, and it's nothing but politics. It's Fox News, it's Tucker Carlson, it's Newsmax, and that's cool, but you're plainly a very political person. The problem you don't have is that this is political. The problem you have is this doesn't line up with what you perceive your politics to be. You don't have to be here. You can go somewhere else. Anyway, whew. If you want more film photography beef after all that, you can take a look at my Peter McKinnon video or any of the videos that I mentioned in this video as well. But I'm gonna link the Peter McKinnon video for you here so you can take a look at it. This week was crazy. Kendrick dropping tracks, Drake dropping tracks, and me dropping this video. Let me know in the comments what your favorite track was that came from the great rap war of 2024. For my part, Not Like Us was a bop. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
They not like us. 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 They not like us.